This story there's two versions of it. There's two versions, but the same Nekuda. Lakuti Sipurim, this is Rav Perlov. But here in Rabbi Zevin's book, he brings it in the name of another Misnagdish God. What's the story? And it's connected to this, to the Parsha, to the Akedah. So here in the Kuti Sipurim, he says like this, that this, the Gaon of Abele of, looks like Pasville, told the Tzemach Tzedek that when they wrote and sealed, this was a very big step in the opposition against Chassidim, coming up to Yitzhak Kislev, they came out with a Cherem against the Chassidim. Now, Cherem, friends, is a very serious thing. Excommunication. Just as a side, the Gedolei Chassidim wanted the Alter Rebbe, the Chassidim, to come out and counter Cherem against the Misnagdim. It's a long story. The Alter Rebbe refused. They came to see him, Baruch Mezhebush and others. They were very, very upset with the Alter Rebbe that he didn't do it. He refused to do it. If I'm not mistaken, the Alter Rebbe said, because it would have been a terrible Chilul Hashem. What's the Chilul Hashem? Because the Cherem cuts off the Yid, Rahman Litzlan, from the source. They weren't expelled from the Cherem of the Misnagdim, but they just, the Cherem back. The end would have been that the greatest leader, I don't want to say his name even, would have Shmadzach. And all the leaders would have Shmadzach, would have been the end of the opposition in a very dramatic way. They pushed it with the Chilul Hashem, and they didn't want to do it to their Neshamas either. So the Alter Rebbe held off, and it's one of the reasons of the division within the Talmidei HaMagid. They're upset with the Alter Rebbe. At any rate, back to the story. So either it's a Abela of Pasville, or he brings here the Gaon Rebbe Fohm at Hamburg. Now this Rebbe Fohm at Hamburg, you know about him, he was a big Gaon, and he actually went to see the Magid. He went to see the Magid. The Bzushim Anipala took him, and he came back to the Gra, and he said, I saw greatness. He says, this is a mistake. And the Gra said to him that you've been blinded and you're bribed, and he didn't accept his testimony. And thereafter, he wouldn't go, out of respect to the Gra, didn't go back to the Magid, wouldn't go back to the Gra either. This is before Hamburg. And never participated in the Machlekes, and wouldn't allow it to enter his Beis Medrash. So it's either with him or with this Abela. Could happen with both. And what is it? So they wanted him, whoever it is, to sign on the Cherem. And they refused. They said, how could you refuse? The Gra signs on it, and the Gra is a Malach Hashem Tzvokos. This is a Gemara, that if your teacher is like a Malach Hashem Tzvokos, then learn from him. If not, you should learn from him. And the Gra is an angel of Hashem. And how could you not sign it? Actually coming from him. So he, wherever it was, both an Abela or a Prefol, answered and said like this. When the Eibusher told Avraham to Shecht Yitzchak, the directive came directly from the Eibusher himself. It appears that Avraham tells him. But then when it came the directive not to, the Eibusher sends a Malach to teach you. To Shecht another Yidchas V'Shalom, you got to hear this directly from God. Not to, it's enough a Malach. So you're telling me he's a Malach Hashem Tzvokos, that's a reason not to Shechting you. But that's not a reason, not enough justification that I should do it. And therefore, Abela, or was it a bit before, or both, refrained. In the story of Abela, he says, in more detail, he concludes and he says, I was going to sign, but Hashem put this into my head and I decided not to. And I answered them like this. So that's the message. The message is to do an inyan of Gevura. This you need to have the authority from the highest authority to do Gevura, Musa. Love to another Yid. You don't have to go sit shiv in the kiyum. That you can do even if a Malach suggests it. Have a wonderful day. Everybody continue Be'ez Hashem tomorrow.
Thank you.